All right, this is a game called Spill or Compliment.
Okay.
So, Jimmy, remind us, how long have you been doing your show?
23 years and 1 month.
And we're assuming you've accumulated your fair share of guest stories.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a game Misha and I want to play with you.
Okay.
We will take turns asking you a question, and you can either answer the question, or if you choose not to answer the question, you have to give Matt Damon a compliment.
Right here, right now.
Wow.
To his face picture.
This is brutal.
We
Yeah,
we have
right?
a photo just so you could.
Can I point something out? That this photo is obviously taken on the set of a talk show, not mine. Definitely not mine.
Well, that'll make it even more difficult for you to compliment it.
So Misha's gonna start. Are we
Okay.
ready?
What's the angriest letter you've received after your Halloween candy bit?
Oh, yeah, kids. Some of those kids, they grew up. We did it for like 10 years, and some of them, it is funny. Like some of them still like harbor a little bit of resentment. A lot of people. It's funny that Halloween candy thing where we take the candy away from the kids. I never saw it as anything but hilarious. But there apparently are people who have like a level of decency, I guess, maybe, who thought it was cruel. But I always said, like, what are you talking about? My kids cry like 34 times a day. Like, it's not
What's
that
one
big a
more
deal.
time?
Right.
Not like I'm actually eating
Right.
their candy.
And nowadays, parents are playing pranks on their kids on social media
That's
all the
right.
time.
Yeah.
That's
you know,
right.
so.
Yeah.
All right, Craig, what's
All
yours?
right. So that was a spill. All right. Next one. Which guest gave you a gift you immediately re-gifted to a producer?
Oh, that happens a good deal.
Okay.
I get a lot of weird gifts. Sometimes people make food for me and they bring it, but it's always like the time they bring it, and after
From the
it's
time
like
they
there's like
stood in
6
line.
hours that elapse. It's like, what am I gonna now eat this lasagna at midnight? When am I supposed to have this? So that does happen from time to time. I get a lot of alcohol, so I don't drink much, so I do give a lot of that away.
Okay. All right.
I
All
did
right.
have a guest make me a work of art once that I wanted no part of in my home, and
Lot of
yeah,
those,
You
too.
gifted that
was-
one.
Yeah,
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
yeah. That a library comes in handy for stuff like that.
Yeah, I need to get a library,
Yeah,
my
just try one
presidential
of those.
library.
Yeah, try one of those. All right, which show moment lives in your head at 3 a.m. for no good reason?
For no good reason. Well, okay. One of the more embarrassing things that happened on the show was I had Callista Flockhart on the show.
Yeah.
And did you notice how much trouble I had even just saying
Sick.
Callista Flockhart?
Uh-huh.
I had more trouble with it on the air, and instead of her first name, I named a female body part.
Oh.
Oh.
And the audience roared, and I was so embarrassed, I just slowly sunk down behind my desk as she watched me go. I was beet red. I was so embarrassed.
That's a good
That's
one.
a good one.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
You're not getting any compliments.
I know,
little
really.
man.
He's spilling
You're
everything.
getting nothing out of me.
Who is someone you prayed would cancel 5 minutes before airtime? Spoke too soon.
Well, that hasn't happened very much.
Okay.
It probably has only happened like 4 times in 23 years where
wow.
people and usually they're vomiting or something like
Mhm.
that. But yeah, we've had Gary Busey on the show, which always seems like a good idea until it happens. So maybe Gary.
Which relative has been the most honest with you about a bad episode?
Oh,
I know you'll spill on that.
Let's see, which relative? Well, none of them are that. With the kids, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the kids. Like my
They'll
son
get you,
will.
yeah.
My son will sometimes. He works at the show. Be like, oh, that was that was a long night.
What does he do on the show, did you say?
He works in the social media department.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So he really knows. He's like, I'm looking at the
Yeah,
comments.
he's got to figure out what to highlight, and
Right.
sometimes there's nothing.
This is one we can relate to. Which A-lister gave you the most terrifying pre-interview list of forbidden topics?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does happen sometimes
Yeah.
also. Generally, I will just say maybe we shouldn't do the interview. That's usually how it goes. I don't think it's my right to pry into their
Yeah.
personal lives.
Mhm.
So I always go, yeah, of course, we won't talk about that. There are some times, I will tell you, early in the show, I used to have a guest host with me every night for a week. They'd be there for a whole week.
Mhm.
And Monica Lewinsky was the guest host. And
Yikes.
this is 2003.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like new, but it's, it's in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right. And we booked it, and then she came on the show, and right before she came on, she's like, oh, by the way, no mentions of President Clinton.
You're like, why do you think you're here?
What? And it was confusing to say the least.
Right.
So that was probably number one, I think. Yeah.
That's a good one.
We talked about handbags for a week.
Oh my gosh. Okay, which celebrity guest had the strongest "my publicist made me do this" energy?
Jared Leto.
Really?
Yeah, Jared Leto. Yeah, he can't. Yeah, this is a long time ago. Actually, now that I think about it, he didn't even do the show. You know what he did? He canceled on us, and then was on Carson Daly's talk show that night, and laughing about canceling on us.
Oh,
And yeah, and that's something I don't forget.
yeah.
I don't forget any of that stuff.
It's like spilled
Yeah.
tea spilled everywhere.
All right, this one. Kiss, marry, kill. Fallon, Colbert, Myers.
Okay. Oh boy, I don't love the kill. I'd rather fuck them all than kill any of them. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give this little man a compliment instead of answering that
we
question.
give him-
All right.
And I'm going to say, you know almost all of the alphabet.
Oh, God. And our final question: who got a standing ovation that absolutely did not deserve one
On the show?
on the show?
Me.
No.
Yeah. Every night I come out there, and my warm-up guy's like, everybody get up. I'm like, oh, for God's sake.
man.
And you know what? They do it to me at rehearsal too, and that's really what drives me nuts. Is I walk into rehearsal, and they all, and this is not done in a sincere way. It's done just to mess with me. They all applaud. They all stand up and applaud. And I'm dragging myself in from the house, and I get there, and they all clap. But the problem is, new employees don't know it's a joke, and they'll be like, "Oh my!" And I obsess over this. Like, they're gonna think that I'm making you
You
guys
do that.
clap, whatever, and they like it even more.
Yeah.
Jimmy, thank you so
What a
much.
good sport.
Thanks for having me.